What's up guys, it's Paul here from the 9 to 5 Investors Club channel. In this video, I'm going to show you my major tech earnings that I'm watching for next week, okay? First here, we have Twilio for October 26th. Twilio is a pretty big mover. Last time they announced earnings in the second quarter, they shot up 40% right after, pretty much in after hours. And not only did they shoot up so much, they've been continuously going up, going as high as $330 since then. So I'm definitely watching out for Twilio. It's a big mover right after earnings. So I will likely be playing a strangle on it. I haven't placed a trade yet. I'll be posting that in my Discord, but Twilio's earnings are definitely going to be interesting to watch to see if they can leg up again like this or drop. Either way, that's why I was going to play a strangle on it. But I'd love to see if they're going to beat earnings again. I want to know more about their recent acquisition as well and how that's going to help with their revenue guidance going forward. And it's definitely going to be a good stock to play for earnings, okay? And second up, we have AMD for October 27th here. Because Intel dropped so much, it was kind of an indirect boost to AMD here. They're going to announce earnings on the 27th, and AMD also is a pretty big mover usually after earnings. So I'm definitely going to be watching out for them. See if there are any updates on their acquisition with Xilinx. The other company didn't really talk about it in their previous earnings, but I want to see if AMD would. It's okay if they don't, but the point is I'd like to see if Intel's bad earnings from a few days ago could potentially be a catalyst for AMD to shoot back up, okay? And then on the 28th, we have Fastly. Fastly dropped like crazy, as you all know, over the last 2 weeks or so, especially since they gave the preliminary results of their third quarter and how they pulled back the revenue. But I honestly think this is a complete overcorrection here. I definitely have a lot of shares on it. I've been averaging down on my shares as well as my call options for December. So I'm really hoping that if they clarify the earnings for the third quarter and provide more certain guidance for the future, it could potentially bounce back. Okay, so I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for it. Anytime they had a sharp drop like this, they always tends to bounce back up. They are at a pretty critical level here around the $75-$76 range. So I'm definitely watching for the earnings. Okay, it's definitely a pretty decent sized portion in my portfolio. And then on the 29th, we have pretty much all the big techs coming out. We have Facebook, definitely bullish on Facebook. I think Snapchat was a leading indicator in terms of ad spending over the last quarter. So we are doing pretty well on the calls already. My calls don't really expire till November 20th and January for this debit spread here. But I'm really hoping that even Facebook can potentially pop like Snapchat did, okay? They're still a decent bit away from their highs when they hit around 305 or so. So I'll be looking to see if they can get back to all-time highs. But definitely something to keep an eye out for. Then obviously we have Amazon as well. For Amazon, I'll definitely be watching if there's any update on Prime Day to see if that can help boost the stock up, and obviously the revenue guidance in the future. I have one call here for November 6th. We're down about 3% for now, but I'm looking to see if there's further run up leading to earnings, and if there's another pop right after earnings. Amazon usually does well after earnings, so definitely something I'm keeping an eye out for. And then we obviously have Apple as well on October 29th. I had 4 calls on it. I took profits on 3 of them already. So as of now, the remaining calls are down 50%. But I'm looking to see if even Apple can potentially bounce after earnings. That's what I'm holding out for. But I've already locked in most of my profits on these calls, so I don't really mind what really happens to these at this point. But definitely something to watch out for to see if they have any update on the 5G iPhones, and see if they have any numbers on pre-orders. Okay, so that's something I'm going to be watching out for. And we also have Pinterest. Pinterest has always been going hand in hand with Snapchat since the last quarter or so. Snapchat spiked after the Q2 earnings as well as Q3 earnings. Pinterest spiked after Q2 earnings because there's been a lot more ad spend on Pinterest. So I'm going to see if there is a continuation like that. Pinterest already spiked a lot ever since Snapchat announced earnings, as you can see here on the 21st. And these calls are the shares are up 93%, the calls are up 192%. So we're already doing pretty good on it, but I'm looking to see if we could potentially see another spike after earnings. Okay, I'll still be using a strangle just in case it drops because of this run up, but definitely Pinterest is another stock to keep an eye out for. Okay. I'll also be looking at Shopify. There hasn't been a whole lot of exciting news about them lately. They've been fairly flat. Hasn't been going too much, considering how much they typically move. I just have shares for now, no options as such. I may not be playing earnings for it, especially because they're going to be announcing earnings pre-market. Usually when companies announce earnings pre-market, it's almost safer to play them for any continuation rather than a strangle before or after the spike. Okay, that's just my opinion. But I'm just going to be watching for them, see if they have any other newer partnerships, to see how they're doing on revenue guidance, to see if there are any profits on them yet. But definitely another big stock that I'm going to be watching out for. Okay, so these are the main stocks that I'm watching out, guys. I alert my Discord members about things like this. I talked about the exact same stocks here as my watch list for next week's earnings. And this Discord has been growing like crazy, guys. As you can see, we have over 335 members right now, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm really excited for it. We also started a new small account challenge here with just $200 for all the patrons. I'm gonna provide access to updates on the small account challenge, how you can pretty much start from scratch and grow your portfolio slowly and scale it up over months and years. Okay, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to join my Discord group. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share with you guys for here today. I hope that helps you out. Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any other stocks that you want me to look at or watch out for next week. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, thanks for watching, and until next time.